I can't wait anymore. Let's do this. Welcome down to the Matt Cave for another Way Back Wednesday. And tonight, guys, we are diving into a collection of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video games. A total of 13 games in all. And we're going to check out all of them. Guys, let's get this pizza party started. We are live down in the Matt Cave for another Way Back Wednesday, and guys, we are going to be diving into the Cowabunga collection for the Ninja Turtles. Before we get into it, I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. I see Ted, the old Star Wars nerd, is here, Alan Copeland, Bentley's here, Leia Rose, Hawks Holocrons. Welcome everybody down to the Matt Cave. Guys, we're going to have some fun tonight. I have been looking forward to this game for so long. Brandon Looney Tunes fan, what's up? T Money is here. What is going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome down to the Matt Cave. This game I have been so hyped up for. And earlier this year, we actually got a brand new Ninja Turtles game called Shredder's Revenge. And it was designed in the same style as its predecessors from the arcades. And let me tell you, I absolutely loved that game. But the thing I was looking forward to more, guys, the thing I couldn't wait for, and they didn't even give us a release date for the longest time, was what we are about to play tonight. The Cowabunga collection, which takes 13 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle titles that we grew up with, ranging from the NES to the Game Boy to the Sega Genesis to the Super Nintendo, and even the arcades themselves. Guys, we're going to play tonight on the PlayStation 5 version. My kids have already tried it out. I'm jealous, but I want to dive into it, and I'm going to give you guys my live reaction. I have seen some videos from the developers about some of the things that they've put into these games and some adjustments they've made that I'm really excited to take a look at, guys. Let's hit that X button. Let's get into this. There is a poll in the chat right now. Who is your favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? Let's find out who wins by the end of the stream tonight. And we got Nickelodeon owns the rights to TMNT. They got the new cartoon that's out there these days, which actually I've seen a little bit of, and it's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun cartoon, but I will always, always love the original. We get another recreation of the intro. Here we go, guys. Okay, short and sweet. I like it. There we go. Look at this artwork, guys. This is nice. Very cool. I love the design there. Very iconic. That's great. Man, they got Bebop, Rocksteady, Leatherhead, Splinter, April, all the Turtles, Krang. We got Baxter Stockman in there, and of course, the Shredder. That's awesome. Guys, as always, you are my eyes and ears. If there's any issues with the audio, any issues with the picture, let me know down in the chat. We will make some adjustments on the fly But let's not waste any more time, guys. We are going to dive into this. We're going to hit that X button. We're playing on the PS5 tonight. I also picked up the game on the Nintendo Switch and on Steam, and I will be doing some comparisons to see if there's any differences at all, just like I was working on with Shredder's Revenge. Shredder's Revenge, there really was no difference between any of the platforms. I'm curious if there are any with this one. Hitting the X button, guys. Okay, right into the menu, we get choices of the games. Obviously, that's where all the titles are going to be. From what I understand, you don't need to unlock any of them. They are all there from the start. Before we dive into those, we have the online ability, because there is online multiplayer, which is something we are going to talk about a little later in the stream. Stay tuned for that. We have the Turtles Lair, which is something I'm really excited to dive into, but we're going to look at the games first. And then we have our options. We'll just take a quick look in here. It's really just whether or not we want the controller vibration on or the language. I'm going to keep the vibration off for now. I already feel like it's going to be kind of strange playing these classic TMNT games on this controller, but we're going to see how it goes. As I play through each game, I'm going to give you guys my live reaction to this, because I grew up with all 13 of these games. I know what they feel like. I know what it's like to play them in the arcade, on consoles, with a D-pad, with an analog stick, depending on where we were. I know how these games feel, so I'm curious. So as we go, I'm going to let you guys know my thoughts on how I think it looks, how I think it sounds, and then most importantly, how it feels to play it ported to this system. Let's dive in, guys. All right. Wow, right off the bat, it starts with the original arcade. Very cool. And I love, oh, look at the comic book styles that's here on the screen. We get a little preview window of the game itself. And now down at the bottom, if you take a look across that bottom bar, that's where things get really interesting. Because if you notice, one of the options is titled Enhancements. That's right. Enhancements have been brought to these games by the developers. And every game in this collection has a set of enhancements. Some are the same across, but some have some features that others don't. So let's take a look at this, because I'm really curious, what kind of enhancements do we have on the original Turtles arcade? Well, we can pick which level we start at. That's pretty cool. Okay. I remember the Nintendo game had a cheat code where you can pick the level that you start at, so that's really cool. We have a God mode, which according to the description, become immune to most damage and able to defeat most enemies with a single hit. That's pretty epic, especially in an arcade game. Remove the penalty bomb. That's actually pretty cool. I don't know how many people know this or remember seeing this, but in the arcade, if you were to just walk away from it and now the turtle's just standing there and no one's controlling them, eventually a bomb falls from the sky and takes them out until all the lives are gone and the game resets back to the title. But you can actually remove that, so that's cool. Nightmare mode. Toggles a mode in the arcade game that dramatically increases the number of enemies. Well, I'm going to have to try that at some point. That's cool. And then we have reset back to default. Okay. So really cool features that we have in here. And I've heard about some other ones specifically towards the console ports. But yeah, this is definitely going to be interesting to take this on. I think we start with this arcade game right here. Before we jump in, T-Money saying the 80s series is awesome, but I really love the 2012 series. Very similar to Clone Wars in 2008 with animation and tone. I totally agree. And that 2012 series was really cool. I hope, because they produced some video games on the GameCube and on the PS2 and the Xbox from that series. You know, the turtles were bigger, they were more muscular, more attitude. And the games were pretty fun. I hope we get eventually a collection that includes the more modern day turtles. Guys, let's jump into the original arcade. Wow, okay. So we're going to pick our turtle right here. All right, guys. Well, you know what? Before we pick the turtle, I'm going to take a look at the poll as it stands right now. Let's see here, guys. We got voting happening. Wow. Okay, guys. In first place right now is Raphael. I actually wasn't expecting that. That is awesome. Trailing behind in second place by almost half of the votes is Michelangelo, and tied in last place right now are Leonardo and Donatello. Well, Raphael is leading the way, which I think means we're going to start with Raph. Let's do this, Raph. Today's your day in the arcade. Now we're playing the original arcade game on a console controller. Love this intro. Alright, Bentley. Very cool. Okay, so it does the demo just like the arcade game would. Look-wise, this looks fantastic. I don't know about you, but I do like the borders when they do games like this, collections, and putting classic retro games that were in a 4x3 aspect. I like the borders. They're pretty cool, but they do give you options to zoom in and zoom out from those, which this game actually did include. Okay, so the start button is actually like entering your... Yeah, I could just keep hitting it and get as many lives as I want. So we got 10 lives right there, so that's pretty cool. The question is, how do you actually get to any options, if there are any? And it's R1. R1 on the PlayStation 5 controller, where we get a few other additional enhancements, if you will. Because you can actually save your game. That's right, there are save states in this entire collection. Every single game has save states, which is great. There's a strategy guide to reference. We'll be diving in that into in just a little bit. We can look at the controls, which are pretty simple. It's just jump, attack, and move. Screen size. Here's where you could do things like removing the border, send it to wide. We'll stick with original. Actually, no, we'll stick with full, where it brings it up just a little bit closer. I like that view. And then there are filters, which many retro collections do, where you can change it to a TV filter to get the scan lines. You can have it represent a monitor view. The LCD filter, where you get, you know, that kind of darker tone to it. I'm going to leave it off. We're going to keep this as clear as we can make it. And then the border, obviously, we're going to keep that on. But, yeah, here we go, guys. All right, so we're Raphael. We're diving in. I'm so excited. Oh, I love this. I absolutely love this. How's it sounding, guys? It sounds great to me. You guys let me know. This iconic music. Oh, we are in. Okay. There's my X's jump, squares attack, and there's really nothing else. Oh, other than that, sorry about that. Alright. I'm using the analog stick, guys. You can use the D-pad also, but this is an arcade game, so I'm going as close to joystick as we can. Oh, wow, yeah. Yep. Get him, Raph. Star Wars Obsession is here. What's up, dude? Oh, yeah, we're going to touch on all 13 games tonight. We're not going to beat all 13, but we want to get a good sense of how these do in this port. Gotta watch out for the boulders coming down the steps. Ooh, I see a change, guys. I see a change right here on screen. Can anyone, before I say what it is, can anyone tell me what is different in the screen, what we're looking at right now? What's missing or what has been changed? Do you guys see it? Can you see what is different? Because I do. I immediately saw it. I'm an 80s and 90s kid, and this was something that caught our eye. Oh, do you see? There was the bomb. I stood still. I stood still, and it killed me. Yo. I can't believe... I guess... No, I can believe they did it. All right, guys. I'm going to tell you what's missing from this screen right now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right here. This picture on the wall. Right there. Oh, I was moving. Come on, game. That picture used to be a Pizza Hut sign. Oh, yeah. Pizza Hut was all over these Ninja Turtles games, and it looks like Pizza Hut has nothing to do with this collection right now. So, they had to remove the Pizza Hut sign, which means in the later levels when we're outside on the streets and there's more Pizza Hut signs, they're gonna be different. That's fantastic. What a subtle change. You know, it doesn't change the gameplay or anything like that, but I'm surprised Pizza Hut didn't get back involved. You know, it's one of those things I always forget is that these levels also are so much shorter in the arcade version. All right, guys, we're going to take this all the way to the fight with Rocksteady here. And I want to let you know how I'm feeling about this, because this is interesting playing this way. Very interesting. Visually, this looks stunning. This looks absolutely fantastic. Sound is great. The classic music, it sounds awesome. The pixels look great. The sizing and everything here, nothing looks stretched or anything like that. We have a good view here. Let's get these guys out of the way so we can take on Rocksteady. Say your prayers, turtles. Let's go, Rock. Let's go. Oh, you're blinking already? I don't remember you being this easy. Wow, Raph is kicking his butt. Oh, I'm getting shot. I spoke too soon. He killed me. Wow, we wrecked Rocksteady. And there goes the Shredhead. That's... wow. Oh, let's hit him with the pole. Come on. Oh, I only got one. Alright, I'm going to go a little bit further here in this one, because I want to take a look at the signs. They should be right up here. Actually, that TV's going to turn on over there also. Take that. There's April. Shredder's going to come up. There he is. Tonight I dine on turtle soup. Raph definitely has different range than everybody else I usually play as. Mikey's my go-to guy. Oh, I think this is the brick wall where the Pizza Hut signs used to be. I just want to take a quick look. I don't know if it was right there. I feel like a Pizza Hut sign was right here where these yellow squares are. I could be wrong, but I feel like there were Pizza Hut signs right there. Here's the boomerang, guys. Animation looks fantastic. Okay, so, a couple of things I'm noticing here. One of the... Alright. Overall, this is a fantastic port right here, right off the bat. Visually, this looks outstanding. The sound is spot on. The character pixels look great. The voiceover work that's in it sounds excellent. Something I am noticing with the controls, it's not bad, but there is like the slightest input delay. And when I say the slightest, I mean like tiny, almost unnoticeable, but it's there. There is a slight delay in the input there. Other than that, this is running beautifully, absolutely beautiful. Now I'm curious how this will feel on the other versions of the game, on the Nintendo Switch and on Steam, and I'll definitely be diving into those on future streams, because I do have some plans, and I want to get the Mac Cave community involved. Okay, guys. Ninja Turtles, the original arcade. Let's jump back to the menu, because we have 12 more games to look at, plus bonus features. So we got a lot of work ahead of us. So before we move on to the next game, I want to point out another feature that's here. If you take a look at the bottom next to enhancements, if we press square, it just says watch. Well, what does that mean? Well, I listened to a developer interview, and I know exactly what this is, and it's fantastic. Let's hit it. Here we go. We have a video playing. It's just over 54 minutes long. This is a full playthrough of the entire game. But here's the catch. At any point that you choose, you can jump in and take control, which is amazing. So let's say you played this game growing up and you never beat it. and there was a point that you always got to, and that's where you always lost. There was a certain boss battle that just kicked your butt every time, and you never beat that boss. You could watch this video all the way to that point, and then take control and continue from there. A really awesome and amazing feature here. I'm impressed with what they put into it. The fact that they even did this is pretty amazing. It looks like you can actually fast forward. Yeah, you can. So I can hold in the trigger button and fast forward. And look at this, all the way to the sewer level. That's a lot of foot soldiers right there. I don't know if they put this on nightmare mode, but yeah, so then all of a sudden I can press square, and now I'm in. I'm Leo, and I got all these foot soldiers surrounding me here, but I took control at this point here, and I can play from here. Now, here's a question. Can I go back to watching? I don't think so. No, it's back. Once you choose to play, you're in. That's where you're playing from. So, a really, really cool bonus feature. I like that a lot. All right, let's see what is next on the list. We're going to head to the right, and we have the next arcade installment, Turtles in Time. Now, this is the actual arcade version. You can see it's got the 4-player options there, which is awesome, which you can play 4 players in this, local and online co-op, which is awesome. So, now, it has the watch feature, so you can pick up from wherever you decide to choose to join the game. Let's take a look at the enhancements. It's probably the same as the other. Again, you can pick which level you play from. It does have the God mode, giving you immunity to most damage and 1-hit kills on most of the enemies. Button dash, that's interesting. Turtles in Time had a dash move where you could run for a little bit. Looks like you can assign that to a button. That's cool. Again, remove the penalty bombs. Nightmare mode. Turbo mode, what is this? Allows players to move at double their normal speed. That's pretty cool. I feel like this game was fast to begin with. I'm not sure why would we want to do that. But let's put on God mode for this one and see how that goes. Let's put on God mode, but let's also put on Nightmare mode to bring in as many enemies as we can. Let's do this. Turtles in Time. Okay, we went with Raph before. I'm going back to the poll. How are we looking in the poll right now? Michelangelo's in second place, which means Michelangelo is up next. Let's do this. Turtles in Time, guys. The arcade game. Pizza power! It's the original song. Very cool. Oh, man. Daryl the Derelict is in the house. What's up, dude? And I'm sorry if I missed some chats. I'm gonna scroll back in the chats in just a few minutes. I'm just like really excited to play these games. So let's dive into it. We put it on... We'll give Mikey a few lives, but we put it on God mode, but we also put it on Nightmare mode. Let's see what happens. Let's see what this does. We do get the cutscene.
April O'Neil reporting.
Hey, Krang! Bring that statue back, you bloated beanbag!
Calls him a bloated beanbag. Oh, we are in. Okay. Oh, yeah, it is one hit. Oh, that... Yeah, that's a lot of foot soldiers. Oh, man. Now, I haven't played the actual arcade of this in so long, so many years. I did on the channel play for the first time all the way through Turtles in Time on the Super Nintendo, the port of this game. I had so much fun with that. We went through the entire game. It was great. This is definitely faster than the original arcade game. And I will say, controls feel better. I don't feel that same delay that I felt in the original one. And like I said before, that delay in the input lag, very, very minor. Hardly, almost unnoticeable. But I don't feel that here. Boom! Am I losing any life? No, I don't think I am. And these guys are going down pretty much in one hit. So the God mode is working. And Nightmare mode is definitely working because there are a ton of foot soldiers coming out here. I'm curious if that makes the bosses harder. Or am I going to kill the boss in one hit? Oh, there's Krang in his robot body. At the end of this level, we're going to take on Baxter Stockman in his fly form. Look how many foot soldiers come out. That is fantastic. I mean, we're tearing through them because we have that God mode on. But wow. That's pretty crazy. Oh, so many of the guys with nunchucks. This is great. MRX, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. We are 2 games into this 13-game collection. We're going to take it again just like the first game. We're going to go to the end of... Look how many foot soldiers there are. We're going to go to the end of the level and take on the boss battle. And then I'll give you guys my overall thoughts on how this plays. Again, we are playing on the PlayStation 5 tonight. There's Baxter. Alright, he's definitely not one hit. And I'm not losing any life, but he can knock me back. Ooh. Oh, I do have a special move. Wow, that special move wrecks him. Okay. Turtles in Time, guys. Turtles in Time being played on a PlayStation right now. This is great.
Cool off, sucker.
Look how many come out at once. I mean, and I don't think I can turn off the enhancements. I didn't see that in the options. Let me just double check. Yeah, okay, so the enhancements, once they're on, that's it. That's how you're playing. You have to start the game over if you're going to make any other enhancement changes. Which is fine. That's okay. Wow, there's a lot of foot soldiers coming out of here. Great frame rate. It's very smooth. I'm not seeing any flicker or anything like that. But the arcades were great for that anyway. You didn't really see those issues so much in the arcades. It was really in console ports that you get things like that. Brandon, the anime guy, what is up, dude? I will check the chat in just a moment. Oh, I fell down a hole. I didn't even see that. Oh, man. Wow, yeah, when these guys pile on, they can knock you back quite a bit.
Pizza time.
Pizza time. Okay. Guys, let's talk about Turtles in Time ported to the PlayStation 5. Alright, Brandon, anime guy, comes in. All I will say is they picked the wrong console game to do multiplayer. TMNT 4 for the Super Nintendo and Hyperstone Heist should have been... oh, those should have had the... They don't have multiplayer? I think all the games on this have multiplayer, or at least ones that did. The OG arcade game, to my ears, had some sound issues. Oh, okay. I didn't quite catch that, but I will be definitely reviewing the replay on this also, and I'm going to be playing the heck out of this game. Look at these robot guys. This is insane. Yeah, I think only the arcade games have the 4-player capability. They did basically a straight port of the console ones, so if they had multiplayer, it was just the 2 players, as far as I understand. Okay, Turtles in Time. Now, like I said before, I did not feel the same input lag that I felt in the first arcade game, which is great. Visually, again, this game is stunning. It sounds great to me. I think the pixels look fantastic in this aspect ratio. And again, I love the borders on the side here. Overall, this feels perfect. And there's those bombs when you're staying still for too long. But this feels perfect to me. Excellent job porting this game to this console. All right, guys, let's keep it rocking. Let's go into the next title. Marshall Rooker, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Mac Cave. Good to see you. I need to compare TMNT Arcade to the Arcade 1-Up version and the ROM on the main machine. That would be a great comparison to do. Yeah, man, if you do that, if you do a video on that, let me know. I want to check that out. So far, these two arcade ports here feel and play wonderful. What a great nostalgic feel to all of this. I'm actually, man, I'm tempted to buy an arcade stick and try it out on this. I feel like that's gonna be the best way to do this. Man, that's great. Great job on both of those. So the next thing we move into is actually the Super Nintendo port of the same game of Turtles in Time. So we are looking at the same game we just tried out, except the console version of it. Oh, Brandon did buy one of the joysticks for it, the arcade stick. That's awesome. They are, yes, I've seen a bunch of them on the market, and they seem to be really expensive. My son has one, though, you know, just kind of a cheaper one that he uses on the Nintendo Switch. I'm curious, because it's just a USB connection. I wonder if it would work on this. Steve, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Good to see everybody here. Guys, we're going to dive into Turtles in Time on the Super Nintendo, but before we do, we're going to take a look at what enhancements there are. So let's go into that. Not a big list, but we still can pick the level that we start on, which is cool. Again, we can add that dash. Oh, we can add extra lives. Extra lives on. Okay. So we're not picking a number here. That's probably in the game options. You know what? Let's jump ahead, because we just looked at the first level and the second level. Let's go right into the Technodrome. Let's check it out. Since we can pick a level to start on, let's see how that works. Here we go, guys. Super Nintendo port of Turtles in Time. Bentley's back. Welcome back. Oh, I love those Konami intros like that. Just that tone right there. That brings back so many memories. No worries. Okay, man. It's all good. And welcome. I'm happy to have everybody here. I'm glad people could stop by and check out this game. I was so excited for when this was coming out. Man, what was it about Super Nintendo? They were able to port arcade games, in my opinion, better than anyone else. I don't know what it was. Okay, so there's a difficulty level. There's continues. Oh, the difficulty level changes the amount of continues. Oh, here we go. Okay, so now we can get up to 10 lives in this game. I think it maxed out at 5 or 7 before, but now it goes up to 10. And we have our sound modes. Color mode. Animation. Comic. Okay, so the cartoon or the comic style. I don't remember seeing that. That's cool. All right, so those were the standard options that were in the game. Okay, here we go. The Super Nintendo port still has its 2-player option. It does the time trials. There was a versus mode. That's pretty cool. All right, guys. I'm referring to the poll again. I hope you guys are voting. We got more votes in here. Raphael is still in the lead at 53%. Michelangelo trailing behind at 24%. And Leonardo and Donatello are still tied with each other, both at 12% right now. Man, wow, I'm honestly surprised. I was not expecting this poll to go in that direction. But guys, we're going to take one of the tied ones here, and we're going to go with Donatello. Let's do this, guys. We get that cutscene and everything again. What's up, Bentley? Alright. So we get the console port of the cutscene and everything too, which again, I think looks great. Obviously, the arcade did look better graphically, but I don't know. The Super Nintendo, man, they did an awesome job doing that. Didn't we pick the Technodrome? I could have sworn I picked Technodrome in that. Is that feature not working? Oh, look, it's April that tells you to go instead of Splinter. Okay, well, we'll use the familiar level again here. Again, we're on the Super Nintendo version of Turtles in Time. There we go. Movement feels good. I'm using the analog stick again. Try the D-pad a little bit. He's got a special move too. That's awesome. Let's get out of the way of that boulder. No input lag as far as I can tell on this one. It was really just that first arcade game had a slight delay. But again, this looks and feels excellent. It sounds good to me. I know, Brandon, you mentioned you heard a couple of audio glitches during the first game. I think so far so good on this one. Obviously, the sprites, again, being a console port of an arcade game, they're not as detailed as they are in the arcade, but these still look absolutely outstanding, in my opinion. There's Krang again. I almost feel like it's like the character models, do they look a little bit bigger in the Super Nintendo version versus the arcade? I feel like the turtle especially, I think Donatello looks bigger. Oh man, I'm getting wrecked right here. Yeah, we have no God mode in this one, right? So the arcades give us those God modes, but this console one did not give us that. We got the dash move. Now, I really want to know why the level select didn't work. So how do we do that? Absolutely, Alan. We are so close, guys. I think we're like 10 away. We're almost to 400, which is an awesome milestone. I can't believe this. There's almost 400 people that come to hang out in the Mac Cave. I'm so happy. It's just amazing seeing everybody come to hang out. That's exactly what I want this place to be. I want it to be an awesome hangout for everybody to have a good time, go down memory lane and play these nostalgic games that we just absolutely loved growing up with. And for those that are part of a younger generation that are experiencing these games sometimes for the first time. But I was thrilled that my kids, in 2022, my kids, 10 and 5, excited for a Ninja Turtles game. Can you believe that? Can you believe that this franchise is still going strong in 2022? And the fact that we got a brand new Turtles game in 2022? That's insane. But one of the best ways, and I've said this before, one of the most amazing ways to keep retro gaming alive is to put out collections like this. I love when this happens. I jumped on it when they came out. There was the Castlevania collection that came out and the Contra collection. I love both of them. I think there were some things they could have done a little differently with both of those collections, but overall, I'm so happy that they came out. Look at this, Baxter's taking a lot more hits than he did in that arcade. But that was the thing too, the console versions of these games, the levels were longer and the bosses were harder. So that was something to keep in mind when you play a console port of a lot of these games. Same thing happened with Aliens vs. Predator on the Super Nintendo versus the arcade version. Thanks, Daryl. I appreciate it. Yeah, we are on the road to 500, but the first step is to get to 400. 500, that's my ultimate goal right now because I want the community tab that comes along with reaching that milestone. So I hope we get there. It'll give me a whole brand new, awesome way to interact with the entire Mac Cave community, and I can't wait. All right, guys. Turtles in Time on the Super Nintendo. I gotta say, I gotta give this another thumbs up. Feels great using the analog stick on the controller. No input lag that I can tell. Visually stunning. And audio sounds great to me. So I think we are in good shape here. We are going to jump back to the menu. Absolutely, Bentley. Everyone here, we're all friends. Okay, guys. You know what? Let me check this real quick. Did I mess up? No. See, I did pick Technodrome. Set starting level. That didn't work. Begin the game on any level of your choosing. Turn off for normal game. I don't know. It didn't work. I started the game, but maybe I missed how to do that. So that's interesting. 2 Star Wars nerds, welcome to the stream. Says, I love retro gaming and I love you, brother. Always love your streams. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Guys, if you are not subbed to 2 Star Wars nerds, please get over there and click that red subscribe button because you're missing out. They make some awesome Star Wars content. Alright, I'm going to have to figure out at another time why this option did not work. I probably did something wrong. I'm just not seeing what I could have done wrong in this case. But I'll figure that out and I will report back. Alright guys, we are on to... Yes, that was Turtles in Time. Alright guys. These games, man, do I want to dive into these right this minute? The Tournament Fighter games. There were 3 versions of this game. There was one on the NES. It was on the Super Nintendo, and there was also a Sega Genesis port. This looks to be the Super Nintendo one right here. Are they right in a row? No, there's Hyperstone Heist. So these are kind of, they're not really in any particular order here. There's the, oh boy. All right, we're going to be getting to this NES game shortly, but let's dive into it. We're going to go right down the line here as they have it lined up. So here it is, the Super Nintendo Tournament Fighters game, which was basically Street Fighter with Ninja Turtles. Here's the thing about these games and my history with them. First off, I'm awful at fighting games overall. I'm not really great at them. I have fun with them, like Mortal Kombat I love Street Fighter. I have a lot of fun with them, but I'm really not good at them. The thing about Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters though was I could never get past the first fight. The difficulty on this game was ridiculous. And I had to keep giving up on these games because it got so frustrating. But I'm going to see if the same thing happens here. But before we do, like the other entries, let's take a look at the enhancements. Playable bosses. That's pretty cool. So I guess you add them to the character select. That's cool. Extra versus stages. Enables additional stages to be selectable in versus modes. Okay, so they added some new stages. That's awesome. Maximum speed. Enables high speed 3 in the in-game options. Again, I'm not sure why we'd want to speed up the game. It seems kind of funny. And then there's extra lives. Select 10 credits in the game. So let's turn that on just for the heck of it. Playable bosses, let's throw that on there. Let's just turn this all on. Well, you know, I'm not going to speed it up because I want to feel how the actual game is. But we'll turn the other features on here. And then we're going to dive into Tournament Fighters on the Super Nintendo. Again, all these games, Konami releases, I think except for the first Turtles game on the NES. That was Ultra Games, which... Was that owned by Konami? Or is that what Konami used to be? Alright, what do we got here? So it's going to... Is this going to a... Yeah, it's going to a demo. Leo versus Shredder on the demo. Oh, he's got like a Hadouken. Definitely has a Street Fighter-esque look. Hey, Marshall. No, this is not the only game I play. I play a ton of games. But this was the game I wanted to feature tonight on this episode of Way Back Wednesday because this game just came out the other day, featuring 13 of the retro Ninja Turtles games that I grew up loving. I'm an 80s baby. I grew up with these games. And so to be able to have these all in one collection was pretty awesome. I don't know how to start this game, guys. I'm pressing the buttons. How do we get back to the menu? Okay, here we go. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Story Battle. This is what I used to do back in the day. And I could never get past the first fight. But let's see. Yeah, we got plenty of games we play around here. And I'm always open to suggestions as well, because sometimes I find some games that for me were hidden gems. So definitely, if you got any suggestions for games, let me know down in the comments, and I love looking into those games. So, looks like I just have the 4 turtles to pick from, but this is the story mode, so I think there's more turtles in the other one. So let's go with Leo. We haven't played as Leo yet. The evil Shredder has been driven from New York City. The streets of New York City are calm once again, but a new player is in town. Oh, that went by fast. Alright, it's a fighting game. Let's get into it. What are we doing? Oh, Mortal Kombat's a great one. Alright, who's that? King Shark? What's going on here? Alright, we're getting right into the first fight. Alright, here we go. Oh, kicked in the face. I can throw some elbows. Boom. That took a lot of energy off of me, and he only hit me, what, twice? Holy moly. You see how much energy I'm losing each time he hits me? I need to do a little bit to him. How do I do? Oh, there we go. Oh, he blocked it. Let's go, King Shark. I don't know this guy's actual name. He just looks like King Shark. Oh, Mortal Kombat's fantastic. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ah, he got me. I'm so bad at fighting games. Oh, I grew up on Mortal Kombat in the arcades and on the Sega Genesis. Johnny Cage was my go-to guy. Johnny Cage was my favorite in Mortal Kombat. Take that. I want to get him with that roundhouse kick. Whoa! Oh, Bentley, you're into Call of Duty? I haven't played a Call of Duty since Ghost. That was the last one I played, and I didn't play through the whole thing of it. I was enjoying it overall. I remember there were sequences where you had a dog with you and you could send him off to, like, recon the area. It was kind of interesting. And I got my butt kicked, as I was expecting. I don't know what it is about these games, but the enemies, they just wreck you. One hit takes away so much of your energy, and then you hit them, and it's just a little smidge. It's crazy. It's crazy. Absolutely, yes. Welcome to all the new members of the Matt Cave. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming by, guys. It's just, I mean, it's unbelievable having people even just who want to see this, you know? And did I just miss... Hold on one second, guys. I think I just missed something because I did not get the audio tone. What's going on? How did I miss that? Two Star Wars nerds, thank you so much for the tip. I really appreciate it. For some pizza. Yeah, man. Oh, dude. You guys didn't have to do that, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Did the pop-up come up on the stream? I missed it. Now I'm kicking myself. Is there any way I can... Does that come back up? It does! Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Now I definitely gotta get some pizza, right? What is it about? You play some Ninja Turtles or watch the cartoon, you gotta have pizza. I missed out on that, actually, for tonight. Alright, so, Super Nintendo Tournament Fighters. Look-wise, I think it looks really cool. It, you know, reminds me of the Street Fighter style, except it's just Ninja Turtles characters. Sound is fine to me. Control-wise, I don't know if I'm the best judge of that, because again, I'm really not all that good at fighting games. I tried doing some special moves, like I did that like Hadouken move that Leo did there. It seemed to work. I was just doing some standard, like, you know, like back forward punch, down forward kick, or, you know, some things that, you know, that you would just normally do in fighting games, and it seemed to work. It felt pretty good. All right, Marshall, thank you so much for coming by. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one. Overall, though, I think this looks and plays well. I'm not too great at the fighting games, but I'm curious how this is on the Sega Genesis and the Nintendo version. The Super Nintendo was the only version that I played of this game growing up. My cousin had it, and this was the only version I played. I didn't know until just recently that there was a Sega Genesis version of it. I knew there was a version on the NES, but I never actually played it, but it is in here. So we're going to try it out, guys. But overall, for a fighter, for me, I guess it's fine. I'm not really all that good at it, and these games can get a little frustrating when you're not good at fighters, and you just get your butt kicked over and over and over. But overall, I think this looks to be a good port of the game. So we are going to move forward into the next title, which is not the next fighter. It's actually Hyperstone Heist from the Sega Genesis. Now this came out around the same time as Turtles in Time, and it's almost the same game, but there are some differences. It's like almost the same cutscenes. They altered the story and what's going on in it, and then there's a time travel aspect to it, so there are different levels. But gameplay wise, I remember it being very similar to Turtles in Time, and when I was growing up as a Sega kid, it was the closest version of Turtles in Time that I had in my hands. So let's take a look at the enhancements. Again, you can pick the level to start with. I'm going to try that again and see if we can get this to work. So we can pick the levels. Friendly fire. That's interesting. So if we play multiplayer, you can actually hit each other. That's crazy. There were a few games back in the day that did that. Double Dragon was one of them. I think Battletoads also was another where you could hit the second player and vice versa. So pretty crazy. Let's go and jump ahead to... Wait, is it only a couple boards? Mysterious Ghost Ship, Shredder's Hideout, The Gauntlet, The Final Shell Shock. Oh, so there's only a couple of the levels. That's interesting. Let's go to Shredder's Hideout. So I have that selected. I'll go back. Let me go back in. It still says it. And then I'm gonna start the game. So let's see if it works. Because the last title that we did that, the level select did not work. There's that Sound Blaster audio. That's Sega style. It was always a little grittier. And the turtles look cool. Oops, sorry, just hit the microphone. Hyperstone Heist. Here we go. Take a look at the options real quick. Level, same idea with the lives and the continues. All right, let's go player one. All right, should we swing back to Raph? Let's go back to Raph. Yeah, so this was just like in Turtles in Time. It's always back to this shot with the Statue of Liberty, except this time it just vanishes. Krang doesn't come down to take it. And like I remember the story in this one was Shredder was taking all these monuments and areas from around the world and shrinking them down and collecting them. So here he is. He's got the Statue of Liberty now. Man, Shredder is ripped. Man, hey, Shredder went to the gym for the Sega version. Yeah, so you see it's the same visuals, a little darker tone. They definitely made everybody look way more muscular in this Sega version. Basically, the same idea and almost the same game as Turtles in Time. Oh, Shredder's Hideout. Okay, this one worked. So we jumped ahead. This is not the first level. Oh man, this brings back so many memories. I love this game. I have this on the Sega Genesis. It was one of my favorite Ninja Turtles games. It was one of my favorite games on the Sega Genesis. Oh, these robot guys. Woo. Oh, Bentley, you got a Discord? Nice. Yeah, absolutely, man. I don't know if, because I have Nightbot on, I don't think it'll let you put a link in the chat, but try putting the link to it in the comments if you can. Or hit me up on Discord and share the link there. Yeah, everybody who's new to the Mac Cave, I try to keep in the description the links to everything else, you know, especially my Discord as well. So if you want to join in, it's an open invite. Come on in. We got all different sections that talk about all kinds of stuff. Not just gaming. We got stuff in there for Star Wars. We got some sports stuff. I even have a section for kind of tips and tricks for content creators. So check it out, the Mac Cave Discord. I am also on TikTok now, which is just silly and weird, but I'm doing it. But yeah, all are welcome down in the Mac Cave. Alright guys, so control-wise, this feels really good. It almost seems, I don't know, it feels like it's a little sped up. There was no enhancement to speed it up, but this feels fast. But that could also be because this is running on advanced hardware. You know, we're playing on a PS5 and this was a Sega Genesis game, but it feels very fast. The frame rate is great. No delay in the inputs. Visually, just, man, this is bringing back so many memories. I love that artwork in the borders right now. Those are pictures from the cover art from the game that was also on the cartridge. And you get that grittier Sound Blaster audio effect that was from the Sega Genesis. Yeah, look at these jump kicks. Like, that looks fast. It's going to take some getting used to actually playing it like that. And I'm also using the analog stick again. It just, I don't know, it just feels right. Normally you'd play this with a D-pad on the Genesis. But I got to tell you guys, these Turtle games, they feel good using an analog stick. I'd say, like, the thing about this Genesis game, I feel like Turtles in Time on the Super Nintendo was probably more colorful. I mean, this board is just very white and gray overall. But they went with a darker color tone with the characters and everything. So everything, I don't know, the Super Nintendo version definitely is, I would say, brighter and more colorful. Alright, Alan, we'll see you when you get back. That's a lot of mousers right here. Oh, okay, you put your Discord link in one of the comments? Awesome. I will look that up, dude. Star Wars Theology in the house. What's up, dude? Welcome, man. We are working our way through the Cowabunga collection tonight. So we're a few games in already, right? We are working our way through. But we are up to the Hyperstone Heist on the Sega Genesis, and I gotta say, first impressions on this port, feels good, looks good. I can't wait to play it in its entirety again. And I fell down a hole. Alright, guys. That looks fantastic. But we have so much more to look at. We have so much more to look at, guys. So let's keep moving. That was Hyperstone Heist. Okay, we are back to a tournament fighter. This time it's the Sega Genesis version, which I never played. So this is going to be interesting. Let's take a look at the enhancements. All you got is the playable bosses. So we might as well turn it on. Let's dive right in, guys. Sega Genesis version of Tournament Fighters. This is my first time playing this. Similar menu, a little different color scheme here. Okay. Oh, we got like a different story here. What is up with the turtles? They're purple. Interesting. So the Sega Genesis version had a different story? Oh, look at Krang. That's cool. Wow, that's so cool. I like seeing them like that. That's awesome. What's up with these purple turtles? Yeah, look at... Oh, wow. Is that Vega from Street Fighter? Okay, we're diving in. Oh. No, this is a demo. Okay, let's hit the start button here. Oh, now we got more choices. Wait, actually, I didn't see a... Yeah, I think it's just this mode. Alright, so we got all 4 turtles. They're the correct colors here. I don't know what was up with those purple ones. We got Casey Jones back here. Ray, I don't know who that character is. I don't remember him, but I remember my friend had a figure of this guy. Oh, that's April. She looks like, I can't remember the character's name in Streets of Rage, but she looks just like her. And then we got somebody named Sisyphus. Sisyphus? Sisyphus? I don't know what the heck that is. Alright, let's go with the turtle, though. Let's go with Donatello. Speed 4, power 4. We'll just leave them as is. Stage select. Oh, wow. An ice planet. Is that like Hoth? Let's go to Hoth. We're fighting Casey Jones. Oh, what the? Yeah. Okay, back is blocked just like Street Fighter. He wrecked me. He took all my energy away like that. Yeah, Casey Jones is scary big. Okay, so this is... I only have 2 attack buttons? I don't know how to do anything, guys. There's a taunt button. Oh, clone Casey. This game's about cloned characters. There's an instant replay? That's cool. Let's try this one more time here. Let's go with Leo. Actually, no. Let's be this big guy, Ray. Let's just for the heck of it. Let's do a different planet also. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, this guy's cool. Yeah. Whoa. Oh! There are stage moves? What is that? I don't know how I'm doing that. His name is Ray Fillet. I kind of want to find a figure of him. This is unfair. Guys, this is not normal. Wow. Yeah, as you can see, one, I'm not good at fighters at all, but I think this is not all me here. This is really unfair, guys. I don't see myself coming back to these fighters often, but now that I have them in this collection, I'll definitely be giving them more of a chance and trying to get good at them. But yeah, I'm just getting my butt kicked in that. But okay, so we got a Sega Genesis port of Tournament Fighters. Looks cool. I mean, there's clones in this, and they're all jacked and scary and purple. Clone Casey Jones is, as people are mentioning, is scary AF. And yeah, and he just wrecked me. I don't know how to do any of those special moves, so I'm going to have to look into that. All right, what do we got next on the list? Oh, boy. One of those games that, if you're like me, this is one of those games that was just the bane of your existence. I have still, to this day, never beaten this game, but I will be on a mission to beat this game finally. Let's take a look at what enhancements we have, because I am really excited to look at this, because I got a little bit of a sneak peek of what's going on with these Nintendo ports when I watched some interview videos with some of the developers, and it was really cool. Ray Fillet had a good day working at Chick-fil-A. Oh wait, it's Sunday. Nice. I love it. This game, I was so excited. I played this so much as a kid. I was so excited to get this game. It's one of my favorite games. It's also one of my most hated games. There were so many things about this entry that frustrated so many gamers. We didn't have much to compare it to at the time. I was just so excited as a kid to have a Ninja Turtles video game. And, man, but there are some interesting things that are in these enhancements. Let's take a look So, it's just these two options here, right? There's no God mode or anything in this one, which, man, this would have benefited from incredibly. But these two things right here, in my opinion, are huge game changers. The first on the list is remove slowdown. It removes slowdown when too many characters are on screen, allowing fast action at all times. You know when you play an NES game, a classic Nintendo game, and a lot's happening on screen, and all of a sudden, everything slows down and the characters struggle to move. They somehow remove that. How it's going to play? I don't know yet, but I can't wait to find out. Here's the other thing. Remove sprite flicker. Removes the sprite limitations of the original NES hardware, allowing smooth animation at all times. A big thing that happened in this game, and I think we saw it happening on screen here in this preview, in many areas, the life meter and multiple things on screen would just keep flickering. Like in and out, rapidly. It was so distracting, but it was also just normal at that time. And again, they somehow remove that from happening. So I'm going to turn on both of these. We're going to have no flicker, and we're supposed to have no slowdown in the animation. So this is going to be the smoothest gameplay that I have ever seen and experienced of this first Ninja Turtles game, guys. Let's dive into it. The original Ninja Turtles on the NES. I always love this intro. I thought it was so cool. And again, we got the cover art portions of it on the border. As you can see, all of the turtles are wearing red masks. I always thought that was weird because at the time when this came out, the turtles had their different color masks. They do in the game, but on the cover, they're all wearing red. There's Donnie. You gotta protect Donatello in this game. He is your most powerful weapon in this entire game. Already, though, no flickering. Some of these little animations flickered. So there we go. It's already working, but we're gonna see it in action. Okay. Right off the bat, the life meter down on the bottom is solid. This would have been flickering already. That's a good sign. Okay, let's go into the first sewer. Oh man, I'm using the D-pad because it's just weird to play games like this to me on an analog stick. No delay. Feels good. Using X for jump, square for attack. We got a foot soldier. He is not flickering. He's usually flashing in and out. And we got a boss. Foot soldier. Takes 2 hits. Come on now. This is moving smooth. Wow. Oh my goodness, this is so weird seeing this like this. How fast I could get down that ladder just going down. That would delay when you came down. I always got hit there. Wow. I can't believe how smooth this is. This is Bebop right here. Oh. Oh no. Get off of me. Get off of me. Oh no. There's another feature I didn't tell you about yet, guys. And this is the perfect time for it. Rewind. Oh, and we're back to life. You only get a couple of seconds of the rewind, and it didn't help me. But you can rewind. And I'm locked in this corner. Let's move away from him. Many retro collections add a rewind feature. The Disney Afternoon Collection did it with DuckTales and Chip 'n Dale and all those games. And man, does it come in handy in moments like this. We keep Leo alive for the next battle. I believe that rewind feature is in all of the games on this collection, because all I had to do was hit L1. I don't know if you noticed before, I accidentally clicked the button really fast before, and I saw it, so I knew it was there. Oh, I just got wrecked right there. Hey, you know what? Let's rewind. Oh man, we need pizza. But you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna change. Let's go to Raph. Oh, the frog guys. Oh man, he takes a lot of hits. Woo! I can't believe how smooth this is running, guys. I hope it's coming across well on the stream. Oh, we gotta change. Yeah, there, Mikey. What is that? What's that turtle face up there? Oh, I forgot about this move. Oh, let's rewind. Let's switch to Donnie. So I don't normally go down this sewer because there's certain ones that you could just skip, really. So the whole point of that sewer really is just to get that special move and get some points, which is fine. You know, the games back then, you know, it was about getting the high score and getting through as far as you can. Outdo your friends out, you know, high score and everything. That was a big thing with it. So I'm fine with that, but let's head back up to the surface. And we're gonna head this way. I think there's a pizza right in here. Yep. Now here's the other trick. With this game, you can just keep going back into the sewer. The guys will change. Now we've filled up Donnie. We'll dive back in. And we can fill up Leo. Let's do a little bit just to keep moving. But I can't believe... Looking at this right now. Okay, so that character, that whatever that thing is that's moving up and down right there, that thing normally would just be flickering in and out, like disappearing and reappearing so rapidly, and it was just so hard to look at. But we didn't know any better. There was nothing different back then. There was nothing to really compare it to. We just were used to that in Nintendo games. That, oh, there was a lot going on screen, so it's gonna flicker. Like, the hardware just couldn't keep up with what was on the disc, on the cartridge. But man, what a way to play this. I am really impressed with this port of this game. And I've played emulations of this game. I've played ROMs, and I've never seen this game run this smooth and this clear. This is honestly the best version of this game I've ever played and ever seen. We're going to take this just a little bit further to the boss fight that's right up here, because we're going to do an iconic trick, hack, tip, whatever you want to call it. The best way to defeat Rocksteady is with Donatello. Just head right up here, crouch down, and he's going to go all the way against the brick and just keep whacking him in the head until he's done. Every once in a while it just misses, but this will eventually hit him, and it's just going to take him down, and he won't get a single hit on us. I remember seeing this trick, I think it was in a Nintendo Power. It was definitely in a magazine, and I'm pretty sure it was Nintendo Power. That showed this trick right here. But man, what a cheap way to get through a boss battle. And there we have it. Climb down, rescue April. Donatello is the only way to do that. I love it. All right, guys. I'm actually excited to replay this game and try to beat it because this just looks great. This looks great. Removing that flicker and the slowdown issues, night and day difference. Well done. Did Konami put this out? Is this officially a Konami release? Well done. Well done, guys. Moving forward, because we still have so much to look at. Keeping it moving. Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, ported on the NES. What enhancements do we have? Again, starting levels, that's great. This has the remove the slowdown. Oh, it kept it on from the last selection. That's pretty cool. Again, removing slowdown, removing flicker, which is awesome for this title because especially in the first level where the fire is happening, that was just flashing on and off. I mean, you could have a seizure staring at that. We have the God mode is back right here, so we'll turn that on. Extra lives. Fancy jump kicks. What is this? Allows jump kicks to be performed earlier during jumps and for more fine-tuned directional adjustments. That's pretty cool. Alright, so we're going to do this with the extra lives. We're going to do it with the fancy jump kicks. We'll put on the God mode, remove the slowdown, remove the sprite flicker. That's key here. And we're not going to change level because I want to see this first level and see how it handles with removing the slowdown and the flicker because these were huge impacts on that first level. Here we go, guys. Ninja Turtles 2 on the NES. This was one of my favorite games of all time. I was so psyched to be able to bring the arcade game home. All right, I'm gonna go Mikey. I'm going my favorite. Michelangelo is my favorite turtle. And obviously it does not look as good as the actual arcade game, but I didn't care. I was thrilled to have this game in my Nintendo. The fire's not disappearing. There's no flicker. And these guys are one hit. Oh, it's so smooth. Those were the days, right? Guys, oh man. I'm using the D-pad right now. I'm going to switch to analog stick. Oh, look at this. You can do it. Yeah. I can do it at the top of the jump. But I can do it right away. Oh, the movement is... Wow. I never knew that was something I wanted. What an improvement. This is unbelievable. These guys would be slowing down like crazy. Especially when they all pile out and all of the fires going like that. Yes, this is the PS5 version that I'm on right now. But I did pick up the game on the Nintendo Switch and also downloaded it on Steam. And I did that for a reason. One, because I really like hard copies. And two, because I want to be able to play this game online multiplayer with the Matt Cave community. And we're going to go over the details of how we're going to do that as we get further into the stream here. But we're coming in on trying out all of the games. As you guys can see, the first level here is longer than it is in the first arcade game. All of these console ports had longer and more difficult levels. It's so weird. I don't know how else to explain it, guys. You have to feel it for yourself. How smooth this is playing. Oh, that's so satisfying, taking out these robots in one hit. This is also a budget title, guys. It's $39.99 at full price. And it'll probably go on sale sooner than later also, but $39.99, guys. It's a budget title. That's across the board on all the consoles that it's on, the Nintendo, the PlayStation, the Xbox, and on Steam. If you guys are a Ninja Turtles fan, especially if you grew up with these games, there was some flicker right there, though, as that drill came up. Oh, you killed the boss in one hit. Okay. The flicker reducer is not 100%. As that drill came up, we definitely saw some crazy flicker. But, hey, I don't care. What a vast improvement. This is so smooth. This is the smoothest Nintendo game experience I've ever had. Unbelievable, guys. This is... Man, what a way to be able to replay these. Absolutely fantastic, guys. No input lag that I can tell. Visually, absolutely stunning. Nice and cleaned up. The sound is as beautiful as I remember it back on the Nintendo. Fantastic. Flicker and slowdown removal. Best enhancements I've ever seen in a retro collection. Well done. Well done. What do we got? We've got Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project. This was also a Nintendo release. This did not have an arcade equivalent. This was its own game. It was its own story. The Turtles were on vacation, and then they had to come back because the Shredder was literally stealing the entire island of Manhattan, and we had to get it back. Okay, so we can pick our levels. We can remove the slowdown. We can remove the flicker. Easy menu navigation. What is this? Allows in-game menus to be navigated with directional input. Isn't that how you navigate the menu to begin with? That's weird. Infinite lives. Easy mode. Select again easy mode in the difficulty settings. Okay, that's cool. No God mode in this one, but again, the flicker and slowdown removal is great. Let's check out. Let's go right to the Technodrome. Let's see if this works. I remember getting this game at Toys R Us. I was psyched to get another Ninja Turtles game. I had the one prior for so long, and then there's the arcade games. But seeing a new Turtles game at that time that was not a game in the arcades, it was a whole experience of its own. And I loved having this because it was funny. Not a lot of my friends or even family members had this one. A lot of Turtle fans back in the day skipped this one. I don't know why. Alright, the level skip did work. I don't know what I did wrong the first time with the other game, but it's working here, and we are at the Technodrome at the start. Okay, I picked this level for a reason, because there's a lot that happens on screen in this level. There's going to be things popping up from the floor, there's things that come down from the ceiling, and we got a lot of guys. Already, though, man, they definitely upped the color tone in this. This feels more colorful and brighter than I remember it. Resolution-wise, this looks great. Oh, I remember these guys. Oh, I forgot I have these special moves. But it takes away a little bit of life when you use it. Yeah, see these lasers they're shooting right there? Those circle lasers? Blast it off again. There you go. Every time they did that, the game would slow down and it would flicker. It's not happening now. Oh, I guess they're invincible right there like that. I hated these enemies, though. They were so annoying. So let's get a little further in this level because there's like these tower things, these gun turrets that come down from the ceiling, and they would move very fast, and it would cause the whole thing to slow down and blink out of the screen. Leo's move was so great, spinning the swords. Oh, wow. I thought these were the rock soldiers, but they're not. Oh, what do you got? An anvil? Is this Looney Tunes? Look at all the projectiles on screen. No slowdown whatsoever. We do have an infinity symbol down there. I forgot I turned on infinite lives. But does that mean I'll actually die? Oh, they jumped out of there real fast. I'm curious if these guys can actually kill me. See if they take me out. Yep, you can. Oh, and then you can select your turtle. I forgot about that in this game. So we were just playing as Leo. We can switch to Raph. Which, as far as I can tell, is still leading the way in the poll. Oh, he's got that drill move. That was so cool. Yeah, it was another thing about this game. Each turtle has a special move. Power move, great using in the boss battles. There's the rock soldiers. I knew they were here. Look at this. How rapid fire they are. I mean, not hitting me right now, but no flicker whatsoever. It is moving completely smooth. Wow. Diving back into these games is just going to be such a joy playing it like this. I can't believe how fast this is moving. Even with the walk animations, it just looks and feels so much better. Oh, I hated these guys. See that screen up there that's flickering right there, like the animation is supposed to? That looked way worse in the original. Excellent, guys. Excellent. I'll definitely be replaying this game in its entirety again. All these games. I want to take them from beginning to end, especially the first NES release. That's just a mission I have had since I was a kid. Okay. Okay. That was Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project, ported onto the PS5 from the NES. Next up, we are on to Tournament Fighters again. I almost forgot there's 3 versions. This is the NES version of Tournament Fighters. Oh, I did not check what was in the enhancements. Let's go back. We have, okay, remove the slowdown. So all the NES games, we can remove the slowdown and the flicker. Clash of the Hotheads allows Hothead versus Hothead battles in versus and tournament modes. Try pairing with removing the flicker. I don't know what this is. Well, let's just turn it on and see what happens. Alright, Tournament Fighters on the NES. Oh, man. This is crazy. So many games in this collection. Again, I appreciate everybody coming by tonight. I hope you're enjoying the stream and seeing all these classic games being brought back to life. This is one of the best ways to keep retro gaming alive. Get these collections together. Any franchise you can think of, a collection like this, it's fantastic. Okay, again, we are back to just choosing from the 4 turtles. We're going to go with Michelangelo. Mikey versus Leo. Oh, wow, look at this. Whoa. Well, I mean, there was only 2 buttons, so A is punch, B is kick. Do I have any, like, moves? How about together? Does like a roundhouse? Oh. Whoa, okay, he's got a move. Can I do anything? It's actually surprisingly works better than... What is that? Splinter is carrying something. A marble. I got it. I don't know what it is. Oh! I could throw it like a Hadouken. I got my butt kicked. How long is this stream going to be? Probably not much longer. I think we're coming towards the end of how many games there are in this collection, but we are going to dive into the bonus features. To see, I want to show you guys what they added into here for some fun enhancements. Guys, for an NES game? As a fighter? I'm actually liking this version better than the Super Nintendo and Sega version. I feel like I almost stand a chance here. Oh man, that was cool. Oh yeah, give me one of those special things. Oh no, he's gonna get it. Oh no, he went past it. Oh boy, Leo is kicking my butt. Oh, this stage is bigger than I thought. Alright, but I didn't lose terribly. Theology is asking, any other retro collections coming out that you know of? As far as any other collections, I'm not sure. I know prior to this, and they've been out for a while at this point, the Contra and the Castlevania collections came out, which I enjoyed both of them. And then there's been re-released versions of the Mega Man Legacy collections, and then there's also the Mega Man X collections that are out there. Are awesome. You can actually get those on like the Nintendo Switch and stuff like that. Great collections. Mega Man games, phenomenal. Absolutely love those. Look at that dragon. That is insane. Wow. Oh, that's Hothead. I don't know what that is. This is a demo playing, but okay, that's pretty cool. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed at how well this controlled for an NES game fighter. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, guys. And that brings us to the final 3 games in this collection that a lot of people never played, but I grew up with them, and I played these all over the place because they were handheld. I give you the Ninja Turtles Game Boy games, and the first one was Fall of the Foot Clan, and this was one of my favorite games ever growing up, and then its sequel was even better. But we are going to dive into this, guys, and as you can see, it is in black and white because this was an original Game Boy game, and when I found out that they were putting not just one, but all 3 of these games into this collection, I was so excited. I had this game in my Game Boy all the time. Solid Snake is here. What's up? Oh, man. All right, let's take a look at what enhancements they have here. All they have for this game is a bonus game practice mode, which I'm not going to worry about right now. Let's dive right into the game. Ultra Games. This came out, man... Was this 91? 90? No, 1990. Maybe a stage select right from... Oh, we're just going to go to 1, but that's pretty cool. Alright, here we go. Let's go with Donatello. Again, original Game Boy game. Oh, jump and attack are reversed. We got the theme song going. It's weird seeing this big. Used to have this game in my hand on the original Game Boy. If you had a Game Boy Color growing up, that would convert the games to have some color to them. It wasn't always the most accurate color, but it added something to it. But I don't know, just playing it in black and white was the most nostalgic way to play it. Oh, I hit a shuriken right there. Oh, man. I mean, you can see how pixelated the sprites are in this. Oh, we got a pizza there. That's awesome. But, you know, it was a Game Boy game. And to see a large character model like this, the large sprites, was pretty impressive back then. Because I had games like Mario Land. Mario was so small you could barely tell that it was Mario. In the sequels, they made him bigger like this. But, man, it was always fun seeing a Game Boy game with large sprites like this, because they actually looked better. It was clearer. You could tell what you were looking at. But I gotta say, this, you could see there's a little bit of stutter in the movement. And even porting it like this, there's only so much I can imagine you could do, because this is how the game functioned on the Game Boy. There was that little bit of a stutter. Now, there's no delay that I'm feeling. Everything is working accurately. As I attack, it's attacking. As I jump, he jumps. Everything seems to be pretty smooth here, but that little bit of jitter as I move from side to side, that was just the way the game was, and that's how the original Game Boy handled a lot of side-scrolling games. It was a little choppy here and there, but overall, not too bad, especially when you're playing on a much smaller screen. It's definitely strange seeing this game this large. Alright, so that's the first one on the Game Boy, but there were 2 sequels to this. The second one is Back from the Sewers, and what you're going to notice in this one is that the character model is a little more detailed. It looks like you can choose levels, and we can do infinite lives on this one, so we might as well put that on. But let's dive into its sequels. Turtles 2, Back from the Sewers. And you'll see right off the bat when we get into the game that the character model is going to be a little more detailed. Oh, we even get a recreation of the intro here. Forgot about this. That's pretty impressive for the original Game Boy. I missed that handheld, man. I had that Game Boy with me all the time. Took it on car trips and all kinds of stuff. Love that game. We even had the link cable, so we can connect 2 Game Boys together and play 2-player games. Alright, let's go with Leo. Oh, that's just like the cartoon. He's got a little more definition to his character model. And we got the theme song again. You can see they added a few more sprites to him, a few more pixels to kind of add shading. So it's and these character models are bigger this time. They're much larger on screen. That was a weird looking jump kick. I gotta say, this is actually smoother feeling. There's still a little bit of that jitter as you move side to side. Just that's the capabilities of the Game Boy, and there's only so much you could do, I guess, porting these. But overall, these games play very well. Like, surprisingly well, especially when you were at the time comparing this to Ninja Turtles 2 on the NES. So, when you had a portable game like this that actually played well, it was great. And this was one of my favorite games out there when it came to Ninja Turtles games. Bentley's asking, will I join your Discord after? Yeah, I'll jump into the Discord after the stream. Great soundtrack to this game, too. I used to play it with a pair of headphones, but there was a decent speaker on the original Game Boy also. As you can see, there's a point system. You got your life meter down there. But really, not too long of a... Oh, that was really cool, that jump animation. I like that. Forgot about that. But it was just so much fun being able to take these games on the go. So I'm really happy that they ported this here. But as you can see, kind of very similar to the first entry. The third entry, though, they changed it a little bit more. So we're going to go... And this came out a few years after. Like, there was a gap in between game releases. So this was Turtles 3 Radical Rescue. And it looks like all this has... Oh, helpful map icons. That's kind of cool because the map in this game, yeah, there was a map, but all you saw were dots as far as where something would be, but you didn't know what the dot was. Now, apparently, you can tell what it is. So let's turn that on and take a look at it. So here we go. Turtles 3 Radical Rescue on the original Game Boy. And I believe this is our 13th entry in this collection. Yeah, this came out in 1993. A year has passed since Shredder was defeated. Oh, cool. Alright, let's take a look at this. So I can already see this character model's smaller. They went with the shading again, but do you see how smooth this one is moving? This one's much smoother. I don't know if this was due to an advancement. Oh, cool. Or just because it was a later entry in the Turtles games that came out. But that's pretty cool that you can do this. How do I get up here? There we go. I see lanterns on the wall. I try to hit them like Castlevania. Way smoother movement. The frame rate here is excellent. Wow, this is... feels great. This is, there's no lag. Yeah, everything is reacting spot on. Character models look good. A little shorter, a little smaller than we saw in the previous entries, but that's okay. Oh boy, we need pizza. There's one. Oh, the guys respawn like right away. This one, I know I had this game, but I don't remember this one much. So this is oh, that was a death trap right there. Definitely a game that I'm looking forward to replaying in its entirety. Because I remember the other two really well, because I played them constantly. But overall, this looks really good. So, 3 Game Boy entries in this collection. It was definitely a big surprise when I found out that they were going to be part of this, but I was so glad that they did it. So guys, that brings us all the way back around to where we started with the original arcade game. Alright, Bentley, have a good night, man. I'll be checking out your Discord, and I saw you mentioned you have a channel too. I'll check that out as well. Thanks for coming by, dude. I appreciate it. 13 titles in this Ninja Turtles collection. All retro games that I grew up with, that so many of us grew up with. Finally, all together. And just, in my opinion, a well-packaged collection. But it's not just the games that are in here. There are some additional bonus features that are just really fun. And I want to take you through them real quick here so you get a sense of what's in this package. And if it's a game that you're looking into and debating on whether or not you should get it, I think you should get it. I'm having a ton of fun with this game, and I can't wait to play more of it. But when we come back to this main menu, which, by the way, again, I love this artwork up here, we're going to head over to a section called Turtles Lair, and we're going to dive in. We get a nice little image of, well, the Turtles Lair, their little living room setup that we saw in the cartoon. There's a few things you can look at here. So, what are we on? We're on a search right now. Oh, you could just go into like a list like this to find everything, but that's no fun. We want to look around the room and find what's here. So, let's go over to, well, what do we got here? A strategy guide sitting on the couch. Check this out. A strategy guide that they added to the game. This wasn't from, at least I don't think it was, from an actual book or magazine. But check this out. Watch this. We're going to interact with it, right? We're going to go in. We're zoomed in, right? So here's a section where it's talking about a tip called Rocking Rocksteady. That little picture right there is more than just a picture. It says, Rocksteady is mondo fast on the draw with the machine gun, bro. If you jump at him, he might shoot you out of the air in no time flat. Stay grounded. A really good tip. But we can actually watch it. You literally get to play, or we get to watch the moment they're talking about, so you can see what they mean. So you jump in the air and he shoots you out of the air, which happen all the time in the game. And throughout this strategy guide, there are multiple tips and tricks, and you actually get a little bit of a clip to show you exactly what they're talking about. And this is just awesome. You can dive into Turtles in Time. They have tips and tricks there. Again, for the Super Nintendo version. Have a good night, Bentley. The Tournament Fighters, which, man, I think I'm going to have to go through this strategy guide here and figure out how to play it. It looks like they're even showing some special moves and how to do them. So that's going to be a huge benefit for me, being that I was never good at fighters and I didn't really play much of them at that point. We get some different moves that we can do in the games. This is so cool. I mean, very reminiscent of the days of getting things like Nintendo Power and stuff like that. So definitely a cool thing to find in this Turtles lair. If we move over here, this is one of the coolest things right here, because I love hard copies and I love physical media. Well, this section lets you take a look at the game boxes and the game manuals. So check this out. Here's an example. The original Turtles game on the NES, but it's the box. Yeah, Bentley, what do you got? What question you got? You can even, I think you could zoom in on this. Yes. So you could zoom in, and if you look at this, I'm going to go to the top of it. It's actually a box. This is a picture of one of the boxes that they flattened to take a look at it. You can see the creases and everything in it. I mean, this is so crazy. You can see the wrinkles in it. Can we turn it around? I can. We can take a look at the back of it. Wow. This is one of those things that you really don't get anymore with modern games. Bentley's asking, will you be on Discord a lot? Yeah, I'm on Discord pretty often. It's one of the places that I try to interact with everybody, kind of give people a sense of when things are upcoming on the channel. And then one of the big things that I'm hoping to add to that is the community tab on YouTube itself when we reach 500 subscribers. Another great way of the community kind of interacting with each other and having some fun. So this takes you through all the different boxes, even the Japanese versions of it, so you can get get what we got here in North America, and then also the Japanese versions of each game. But this will take you through every game in the collection. Man, I just absolutely love the box art for that one. This is so cool. It brings back so many memories. I remember the feel of these boxes. Just, it really is so nostalgic. Manhattan Project was one of my favorite games also. But this was so cool that we could actually get this added feature into this game. But not only the boxes, you can actually dive into the original instruction manuals, like in its entirety here. I mean, this is it. This is the whole deal for the original Turtles game. And you can go through the old instruction manual, which is awesome. Have a good night, Bentley. All right. Oh, I love this. So it shows each level here, and you get the kind of tips and everything of what you're going to do throughout the game. This is something, too. We don't really get instruction manuals anymore with games. So to be able to look back on these... Oh, man, the second game and everything here. I love the artwork. I used to look at these pictures and draw them. I love this stuff. I miss having instruction manuals with video games. These are, you get the descriptions of all the enemies in the game. Some of them are like really weird looking, but it was cool to see them in this form versus what they look like in the game. But wow, what a great feature. I love having that. And again, it's for every game in the collection here. So definitely a fun bonus to go through when you play this game. And then moving over, we have ads and catalogs. Now, this was pretty fun because this was things you would see in magazines, in the newspaper, and everything like that. I mean, I remember this one. Wow. Can we zoom in also? Yep. So it lets you actually zoom in, take a look at all the screenshots and everything that were being advertised in that magazine, read the descriptions, read some of the articles. There's 37 pages here just in this one alone. Wow, now that brings back memories. I had that Tiger Electronics game right there. And honestly, it was a lot of fun. How close can I get to that? Whoops. Move over here. There were so many things on this screen. Darth Maximus, what's up, dude? Welcome, welcome. This screenshot actually isn't even doing this game justice. The thing about Tiger Electronics games was it was all about different things that were already right there on the screen, but they would light up showing you that that's what was part of the level. This game had multiple levels. This was an impressive Tiger Electronics game, and I missed this one. I wonder if I can find this someplace. Could you imagine if they had somehow a way to port Tiger Electronic games into this? That would be awesome. T. Davidson, what's up, dude? Yeah, all this artwork, so good. So this is going to be one of those things that I go through. I'm going to do it on my own time and everything. But I wanted to show you what was in here because there's so many cool little Easter eggs in here. Even the Japanese stuff is in here too, which I'm going to take a look through all of this stuff. I love that. Then you get the catalogs and media kits. So these were things that weren't necessarily sent out to the public, but these were things that went out to distributors, I believe. Yeah, message from a boss character. Yeah, these are things I don't think this was out to the general public. I think these were things that went to distributors to understand what the product was. Look at that, side by side with Snake's Revenge. That's fantastic. One of the Metal Gear games right there. This is really cool. So much stuff, really cool stuff to read through. I'm definitely going to be going through all that stuff on here. Let's see, what else we got? We've got comic books. Now, I don't think you can actually read through the comics, but I believe we can take a look at the cover art. So this is from 1984. Is this the original right here? It's page 20. Oh, whoa. A colorized version, the black and white. I've only seen the black and white ones. Yeah, this is issue number 2 right here. Oh, man. Look at the artwork on this. Look at the design. Yep, issue number 3. This just takes you right through all of the issues and the different versions, I guess, that they had. That's fantastic. Oh, look at that. That's the cover from the original game. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that that's where they got that picture from. But these old Turtles comics, which were out before the cartoon existed, these were violent. The Turtles used their weapons. These got really violent. I wonder if there's any way I can find copies of these. I would love to read through them. I haven't seen any of these or held any of these since, jeez, I was a wee little guy. Look at Krang in that image. But definitely cool that they added this in here, and it looks like it's multiple sections throughout the years that you can take a look at. I mean, there's tons of them here. Oh, jeez, all the way to 61 of these things? That's insane. Oh, that was just for 1984. Then there's the Turtles Adventures, which were closer to the cartoon. That was, it doesn't have a year on it, but here was a re-release. It came out in 2011. Look at the art design on that. And there was a Turtles in Time comic? I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Turtles Universe? Man, they got more of like a hyper-realistic version there. Very cool. Very cool that they added that there. Animated shows. Now, when I was watching a video about what this was, I got really excited. I got overexcited. And all for naught. I thought this was going to let me watch clips of the cartoon in the game. But it's not. Actually, what this is just screenshots from them. So we can look at season 1 of the original show. And it's just screen images, screen captures from the episodes in season 1. And you can still, you can zoom in and everything and move around and check out each screenshot here and everything. But that's all it is. There's no video on that. And then it's each season of the show. So the original show went 6 seasons. Actually, 7 seasons. I'm sorry. Was it that far? Oh, they include this reanimation. So you can see the animation style is different in the later seasons. I didn't think it was still considered part of the classic, but I guess it is. 10 seasons altogether of the original show, but you can see that the animation style changed over the years. Most dramatically between season 7 and season 8. Definitely a big change there, but it's cool that you can see screenshots and kind of go down memory lane with these. That's pretty fun. But I thought when I saw the video about it coming out, I thought it was going to be more to that. There's some behind the scenes information that you can see from things from the developers. There's also some concept art from the different games. So if you like things like concept art and seeing designs that maybe didn't quite make it to the game, there's all kinds of stuff hidden in there. You can listen to all of the soundtracks from each game. Like here's Turtles in Time. I mean, that's pretty cool. Actually, no, this is, it's labeled as Turtles in Time, but no, this is, I think this is the original game. Yeah. This isn't Turtles in Time. This is the first arcade. They mislabeled that. T. David says, I went down the rabbit hole of YouTube last few weeks back and found out how violent the TMNT comics were and can be. Yes. They were ruthless. They got really violent. The cartoon, nowhere near what those original comics were. But if you like... Oh, here's the Pete's Power song. If you like video game soundtracks, the soundtracks are here in the game. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome that they did. I love that they're on cassette tapes like this. That's so cool. I love that. And then we're back around to the beginning of the room, and you can always just go into the search menu and just go down this stuff and a list, but that's no fun. So I wanted to show you guys that before we wrapped up everything tonight, because I think this bonus area in itself is a lot of fun. And when you go back and replay these games and then check out things like concept art and behind the scenes and being able to look at the box art again and the instruction manuals, I love stuff like that. So I'm really happy that they included it into the game. But guys, that's going to wrap us up for tonight and this episode of Way Back Wednesday. We took a look at 13 Ninja Turtles games from the past, and they still hold up today, in my opinion. These are some of my favorite games I ever played growing up, and I am so happy that they are together in an awesome collection on modern consoles. So my overall thoughts playing this game, I honestly couldn't be happier with it. I think this is exactly how you do a retro game collection. I think that any developers out there and companies that put out different franchises should take a look at this as a model to base their collections off of, and then expand on this, because this is a fun collection. It makes you want to go further into it. It makes you want to find the hidden gems and the Easter eggs, and even go in and try games that maybe you didn't like the first time around, but this time you'll give it another chance. Like myself, I'm going to give those tournament fighter games another chance. And what a great way to do it. Again, this was the PlayStation 5 version. I also picked it up on the Nintendo Switch, and I downloaded it on Steam. And I mentioned earlier I did that for a reason. I did that because the game's multiplayer is not crossplay. At least at this time, it's not crossplay. But I wanted to be able to play online with the Matt Cave community, and we don't all have the same system, so I wanted to make it as open as possible. So, as we talked about it earlier in the stream, I do have a Discord, and the open invite is down in the description, and it's also on the channel description. Come join the Matt Cave on Discord, and I created a section labeled TMNT, and that's where I would love to coordinate with everybody and get some online multiplayer sessions going, and we will stream it live together down in the Matt Cave. So guys, if you like Ninja Turtles, if you like gaming, pick up this game. It's a budget title. It's on pretty much every modern system right now, and I gotta say, this is a 10 out of 10 for me, this collection right here. Absolutely 100% love this game. I think they did a fantastic job bringing this to life and bringing it back for the fans that grew up with it, and for new generations to experience it for the first time. Until next time, everybody, remember, keep retro gaming alive, because one day your games will be retro too. I'll see you guys on the next one.